So register the e-scooters that will be beginning on Monday, where any owner of an e-scooter who uses an e-scooter on a public highway, whether you're local or non-local, have to register themselves with us on our platform. It's an online platform where obviously you'd give your ID card, you give your details of your actual e-scooter, stuff like that, and then you'll be given a QR code. The QR code will act as like your registration plate, and that will has to be visible on the actual e-scooter. And then for enforcement purposes, we will have scanners, and we can stop and make sure that you are registered, and it's an annual basis thing.
Now, many of the e-scooters are cross-frontier workers coming into Gibraltar. How are you communicating this information to them?
Right, so obviously there'll be a window of everyone to get on board. Obviously we'll have leaflets, information at the frontier. We'll put this in press releases, we communicate to the business community. Obviously they come into work, so obviously we'll communicate with their employers that this is what the government's doing, this is what is a requirement of them. And there'll be a window where we won't be enforcing the non-compliance of the registration.
And what sort of fines are you looking at?
It'll be a £300 fine for non-compliance of not being registered, and also with the registration will allow us to also enforce the illegal e-scooters. So a lot of these are adapted, they're modified, or they're just bought where they actually go beyond the speed or the power of what should be allowed. Some of them go 60, 70 kilometers an hour. You know, if those were allowed on our cycle lanes, that's really dangerous. So this will allow us to actually filter those out and actually make them take the right registration approach, which is for the DVOD, because it would no longer be an e-scooter, it would be an electric vehicle, and therefore you need to register it in the appropriate place.
And in terms of complaints you hear from people generally about e-scooters going in the wrong direction up a road, or not indicating, or not observing other safety measures on the road as other road users, I mean, would the registration help in any way identify any of those? Absolutely.
The registration. This is phase one. So people's complaints have always been that, yeah, as you've said, they go wrong way, they ignore road signs, everything else. You can't enforce that until you know who the e-scooter belongs to, and there's an ownership to it. Once the registration system is up and running, therefore we can go then do the second phase, which is amend the law, where all traffic offences under the Traffic Act will then apply to the users of e-scooters. And therefore, if you're going contrary to traffic flow, we can fine you for that. If you're careless driving, you're dangerous driving, all that we can now enforce and give you the same fine as anyone else on the public highway. And I think it's a fair way. If everyone on the road has got to apply by the same rules, and e-scooters shouldn't be allowed to not follow the same rules as everyone else.